This evening on House and Home, Jenna does their Zinnig Chicken One Pot Wonder. Pims are back with their first segment for 2014. Bill Neal kicks off the year with great items at affordable prices, and we begin our reruns of our best of feature stories of 2013, starting with Stephen Tommy's Orchid Paradise and our piece on Anne's Pottery. Happy New Year once again to you all, and thank you for joining us for our first House and Home episode in the new year 2014. Even though it's a new year, it doesn't quite feel like it. I don't know about you, but I'm still feeling 2013-ish. Maybe it's because I'm still amazed at how quickly a whole year has gone by. Regardless, I hope your new year has kicked off on the right note for you, and for those of you with New Year's resolutions, I hope you've begun to put in your plans and goals into action, and all the best for a successful outcome. Kicking the show off for us this evening is Chef Yari in our House and Home kitchen, cooking up a Zinnig Chicken One Pot Wonder. Enjoy!
Good night to all viewers. Welcome back to 2014 Zinnig Cooking Show on House and Home. Tonight, by me cooking Zinnig Chicken One Pot Wonder, whereby me using Zinnig Chicken whole bed size 20. You can look in Zinnig Chicken and triple mama chicken, where you can cook him on feeding whole family blue. Okay, now night by me show you all ingredients. We got finished lamb and we got 4 tablespoons oil, 1 teaspoon thyme. This lamb helps when by give more flavor to Zinnig chicken. 2 tablespoons garlic, 1 tablespoon ginger, 1 teaspoon salt. We got 1 plate leek. When we chopping finished lamb, you can look him and look as a spring onion. You can use him so you know that you can use spring onions. Okay, we got 2 cups chicken stock. Okay, we got 1 big nice tomato whereby we bilas in Zinnig chicken blame it you cook him. Okay, now all favorite vegetables blame we got potato, carrots, now all sample more leek when we cut him finished lamb. Okay, now by me put him frying pan go the fire, now by me let him hot, now by me cooking all Zinnig chickens blame me pastel. So me took Zinnig chicken and meatier, tastier and juicier. That's why me choose Zinnig chicken tasol. I took Zinnig chickens and we start low good price. We can meet in budget blue. So next time you go to the store, choose Zinnig chicken tasol. Okay, now we put in oil blame go inside. Okay, by me let him oil hot now. By me put in Zinnig chickens blame me. Okay, me put in lilac herbs go down. Okay, lilac by me using behind. Some garlic can loya, half garlic can, ginger, half ginger. Okay, now I'm oil blaming hot now. By me saute more chickens blaming pasta. Okay, you can look in Zinnig chicken size 20 and me cutting golo a big size. You can look in leg, na thighs blame or triple or Zinnig chickens. That's why me say choose Zinnig chicken because we got plenty meat. Okay. Okay, you fry more this la pasay by me rosin na fry na pla liligan na by me cooking more vegetables me one time. So yes, now by me tanim Zinnig chickens me again and brown finish and me tanim. You can look in. This is Zinnig chicken whole bed size 20 and big size chicken where you can put him all family blue. You can cook him kind way in a style blue. You can cook him roast, or you can cut walk your stew, or you can walk him now me walk him also. So viewers, now by me rush him Zinnig chickens blame now by me put him all now plug once again. You can look him Zinnig chickens blame him brown go through ready let me put him in the pot now by me put him. Okay, now to the last bunch go inside. I'm all this lamb ready now by me cooking all vegetables blame one time, Zinnig chicken blame. Okay, now by me put the pot blame again, now by me put in oil go inside. I'm oil hot now by me add him on napla garlic and ginger blame go inside again. Give more flavor lo. 1 pot Zinnig chicken wonders blame. Okay, now by me adim last lilik herbs blaming concept, herbs, thyme, garlic, ginger. Okay, now lick blaming. Fry lick now by me adim potato now chicken blaming concept now by me cook him now. Okay, I'm ready now. Give me adim potatoes blaming. Lick two big ones, this will give more flavor to Jinek chicken blame. So now we add more Jinek chicken pieces blame. Okay. You can look him and pull up a pot. So second chicken you cook him and by meet him budget below family blame and can feed him whole family. Okay, now we add him 2 cup chicken stock blaming concept. Now to buy me adim all giblets. This is the whole chicken. You got all giblets to all put him inside so you can enjoy him one time. Okay. Now buy me pass silip na pass him. Now buy him laram na buy cook pass time. Okay viewers. Now Jinek chicken blaming cook now buy me adim last ingredient blaming salt. Buy me sprinkle him the side. Okay. Now buy me wash him. Okay, you can look him and Jinek breast one time wings. Triple Jinek whole chicken size. Okay, on leg too you can look him. And thighs one time. Okay, now by me add him on lilac vegetables blaming concept so by me enjoy one time. Now to you know listen to the giblets blaming too. I'll put you one time. Whole chicken size 20 blamey. Okay, now by bilasin lo tomatoes blamey. Okay, viewers, Jinek chicken 1 pot wonder. We're using Jinek chicken whole bed size 20. Jinek chicken and meatier, tastier, na juicier.
Well, that's one recipe you can never go wrong with, a meal all in one, and I like the idea of crisping the chicken in the frying pan before adding it in with the vegetables into the one pot. So all you fathers and all you men out there, this is one recipe you need to try out and keep. It's not just for the women folk to cook. This is one recipe I think a lot of you men can cook up at home. Thank you, Chef Barry, and we look forward to your next recipe on Zena Cooking, which will be something to do with desserts. So be sure to catch that next month. Now after the break, we join Norman of PIMS.
Good night and Happy New Year to all you viewers out there, and thank you for joining us once again on this PIMS episode, the first for 2014. I hope all your well thought out 2014 New Year resolutions are in place, and this time with clenched fist, gritted teeth and much determination, you may be saying to yourself, this time I will make sure I stick to these resolutions. Enough is enough, no more of these bad habits. You know, it is funny, but I can bet that many of those resolutions are the same resolutions handed down year after year for donkeys, as the saying goes. This would include resolutions like Bami stop smoke, drink, kai kai buai, play horse, pokies, paiti merry, paul nabaud, painim good plus school, Bami study hard, spend less time on Facebook, go back lolotu, and the list goes on. We make these resolutions each and every year at the start of a new year. Sometimes we keep these resolutions only for a day, just imagine. Sometimes we stick to them for a week or more, then give up and go back to the same. What many of us have found out in life is that it is one thing to make resolutions, but quite another to live up to them and stick to them. Let me say this, the day that some of us start sticking to these noble resolutions, that will be the day we will see some real changes in our lives, and our families' lives for the better. For students who are watching tonight, that is the difference between success and failure. That is the difference between making it or not making it in life. You want to be successful in life? Be faithful and true and stick to those good resolutions, visions, aims and aspirations no matter what. No matter what the difficulties and obstacles are, no matter what the odds are, no matter what it takes. For the school dropouts who have missed out on selection at the end of 2013, I hope you have made a resolution that even though life has dealt you a bitter blow, you will not give up. You will not throw in the towel, and certainly you will not walk away. You will not cry over spilled milk, so to speak. Instead, you will get up, look for alternate pathways and opportunities, work a bit harder, show a bit more commitment and perseverance, and you will show to others that you also have what it takes. That you are not a failure, but just a victim of circumstance, a victim of the situation, a victim of the design of our education system. And to each school dropout of 2013, as you ponder and figure out alternate choices in 2014 and beyond, maybe these wise words will help you, and I read, "A man is not defeated when he fails, he is finished only when he quits." As US President Barack Obama would say, yes, you can. Life may be tough and the road long, but if you work hard, anything is possible. You can do anything or be anybody you want to be. Based on recent enrollment trends in our education system, I gave a projection on this program that if the compulsory education kicks off next year in 2014, the number of grade 12 students who will miss out of tertiary selection and become dropouts by 2018 will exceed 90,000, a staggering and mind-boggling number. I do not need to point out to you what the potential social scenarios or implications will be in our towns and cities in future if such a large number of grade 12 students keep dropping out each year, and especially if they become unengaged, unemployed, frustrated, and dissatisfied. All our existing 34 tertiary level institutions in the country right now combined have only a maximum 5,000 places available, hardly enough for the 18,000 plus grade 12 students who sat for exams in 2013. As most of you can imagine, to try and even double the number of available places to 10,000 would require the government to build dozens of new tertiary level institutions, which is a painstaking, mammoth, slow and expensive process. The stark, harsh and honest reality, therefore, is that by a long shot, our government and country will not have the capability to quickly scale up capacity in conventional tertiary institutions to meet the demand for places in the near future once the free and compulsory education policies take full effect. However, we must also commend the current government and Prime Minister for coming up with possible initiatives such as the recently announced National Service and SME initiatives to address the school dropout issue. It remains to be seen how much impact that will have in addressing the grade 12 dropout problem in the next decade. We can only be hopeful. Added to these government initiatives, as we've been saying all along, distance education and internet online learning will be the way to go in future if we are to significantly address and manage this looming dropout catastrophe. For the sake of reminder and for the benefit of students who may have missed past episodes, let me put up again diagrams from previous episodes that show alternate study opportunities for dropout students at PIMS and the new Norman Sike Institute in 2014. In response to the challenging and grim situation of school dropouts now and in future, and also realizing that a prosperous and growing economy can only be aided and sustained by an educated and skilled population, as introduced in previous episodes, we at PIMS will be establishing a new institute next year in 2014 to be called the Norman Sike Institute, NSI, after my name, that will offer tertiary courses to diploma level. This new institute will start operating in POM, Lay, and one or two other selected centers. The various diploma courses on offer will be in business, accounting, computer science, and management studies. Our 17 years experience in running PIMS in multiple centers throughout the country will be very valuable to us in setting up and running the new Norman Sike Institute. The next diagram will show the secondary tertiary link between PIMS and NSI. Students completing grade 10 or 12 secondary studies at PIMS or other schools can transit directly to do tertiary level diploma courses of their choice at NXI. The next diagram will show a more detailed pathway for students between the two institutions, PIMS and NSI. The usual PIMS courses are listed. Number 1, grade 9 to 12 formal secondary. Number 2, pre-11 secondary bridging. The third course, pre-matriculation. And 4th, adult matriculation. 5, grade 12 upgrading. Number 6, extra skills in business and computing. And number 7, correspondence studies. The Norman Seeker Institute NSI courses include number 1, pre-diploma bridging course. Number 2, diploma in accounting. Number 3, diploma in business management. Number 4, diploma in human resource management. Number 5, diploma in sales and marketing. Number 6, diploma in computer science. Number 7, diploma in mathematics. Several points to note as we are looking at the diagram. Number 1, all grade 10 applicants will need to do the 6 months pre-diploma bridging course before enrolling into the diploma program of their choice. Number 2, all diploma programs are 1-year courses except the diploma in computer science, which is a 2-year course. Number 3, acceptance into the diploma in computer science course will strictly require completion of major math and science in grade 12. In the absence of this, students can do matriculation math and science at PIMS before reapplying for the diploma in computer science. The diploma in computer science is aimed at grade 12 leavers who have above average grades but cannot make it to established tertiary institution due to limited spaces. The program aims to enrich students with high analytic and problem-solving skills integrated with computer technology. For further information and application forms for both PIMS and NSI courses, please contact the following address on the screen. PIMS NCD, PO Box 775 Boroko NCD. Phone 325-4815, mobile 71068-149 or 7046-4121. Email address pimsinfor@gmail.com, and our website address is www.pims.ac.pg. Viewers are also reminded that PIMS centers are also located in NCD, Ley, Medang, Wewak, Keviang, Manus, and Wabek. Other PIMS centers being considered for opening in 2014 include Rabaul, Arawa, Wakunai, and Panguna. Once again, and unfortunately, our time is up for this episode. For students who have missed out on selection in 2014, it is hard and disappointing, but not the end of the road by any means. Many high-achieving Papua New Guineans today went through the same experience, and that gives us hope. Thank you all for your attention, and as in previous episodes, I hope that you have benefited from the information provided. Till we see you all again in the next PIMS episode 2 weeks from now, have a very good night and a good year 2014. Thank you very much.
Coming up next, our first rerun of one of our best feature stories for 2013. Welcome back. Last week I mentioned that throughout the month of January, the first week of February, we'll be playing the reruns of our best feature stories for 2013 along with our regular segments on the show. Now, one of our best feature stories was the one we did on Stephen Kami's Orchid Paradise. That was a treat in itself for both Charlene and I at that time, as we learned a number of things about orchids that we never knew and developed a deeper respect and passion for these exotic species that Papua New Guinea has been blessed to have naturally growing in our very own backyard.
For those of you who've just joined us, we're here at Stephen Cummings' backyard with his beautiful collection of orchids. Stephen, do you mind showing us a little bit around the garden with all the different varieties that you have here?
No worries. Happy to do it.
Tell us a little bit about this beautiful piece here. It's I haven't seen many of these, but it gives off a beautiful scent.
Yes, it's a species. It's you find some varieties of this in bushes in Central, but they're self-seeding. This is called anosmum, Dendrobium anosmum. But in Latin, anosmum means no smell, because when they first did this, the guys did it out of samples in alcohol bottles in Europe. So when they named it, the name means no smell. So when they finally found saw live specimens, it had a very big, very much a very big raspberry scent.
Oh yeah, it does. It smells a little bit like strawberries too,
Yes,
huh?
yeah. So
Wow.
it comes. This is the what they call the albino variety in pure white, but the normal variety is in pink and deep purple.
In deep purple.
Yeah.
That's one that you showed us that you have
Yes,
here, which isn't flowering.
It's just budding. It'll flower in the next couple of weeks.
Fantastic. There are some of these beautiful yellow ones here that are a bit of a favorite. What are these ones called?
These are the Makara Nong. It's the name. It's named after Nong Alsakov, who's a good friend of mine, and he was the guy that bred this, and it's a very nice variety. It will flower about 10 times a year.
10 times a year.
Yeah, so it's very good. His only regret, Nong said to me, was he still hasn't got he hasn't got rid of the freckles.
The freckles. Right. I think the freckles give it really good character, so I don't think that's much of an issue. How many species do you have? How many varieties?
I've got over 300. I've stopped counting.
Oh, true.
Yeah, so
it's a pretty big garden.
yes.
And what inspired you? How did the love for orchids start for you?
I grew up in Mount Hagen when I was a young boy, and there's out of Mount Hagen there's a place called Warrakum. You go down, and then there's Mogger Mountain.
Right.
I started at about the age of about 12 years old. I walked all the way through the bush tracks, all the way to the top, not through the road, and started collecting orchids. And I can't tell you why. Maybe it's just something, but that's when I started.
Something about these orchids.
Yes. So I collected them. I tried to plant them in dirt. Didn't work, so I realized that I had to bring the tree down. So we started chopping trees. This is something that I've actually done the breeding on. It's the two parents. One is a Hawaii variety, a very old variety,
Right.
and the other is a parent from Musau. Yeah, and so
So this is a mixed race orchid.
And you can see a little bit of the Musau in terms of the way, the shape of the lip,
Yep.
and also the sort of the greeny
Just
sort
on
of
the
creamy
inside.
on the inside. Yes, that's what Musau brings to it. I like it. There's some darker, more purpley varieties, bigger petals, but it's something I'm very happy with. I did this about 3 or 4 years ago.
Wow.
Orchids have the world's largest database for hybrids, the name, and you can register under them at the Royal Horticultural Society in London.
Right.
And we've had famous varieties like Dendrobium Margaret Thatcher, and of course in PNG when His Highness the Prince of Wales and the Duchess of York came,
Yes.
and we named one after the Duchess of York.
Oh wow.
Yes, so
See, I didn't even know that.
yeah, so it's something that once you record the name for a unnamed variety, it's always there in the database, so you can always find it.
Right.
Yep.
And this is something that you've done. Have you named it?
No, I haven't named it yet.
You haven't named it yet. Still waiting to be inspired.
Maybe, yes, just thinking about what I'll name it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long has it been in your garden now?
Oh, it's been in here for about three years.
3 years.
Yeah. So
Wow. We'll help you think of a name.
oh, maybe Dendrobium MTV or Brian Bell.
Dendrobium Brian Bell, Dendrobium MTV. Since we get a lot of our fertilizers from Brian Bell.
Well, I'm a great supporter of Brian Bell. I mean, all my fertilizer comes from Brian Bell.
Fantastic.
Most of my pots are from Brian Bell.
How much fertilizer do you go through?
We fertilize once a week for these sort of varieties in this garden. And for some of the other varieties, we don't fertilize until every fortnight, 2 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah.
I noticed there were some varieties that you kept really well covered.
Yes.
Can we have a look at those
Okay.
ones? And
Yep.
tell us a bit more about those.
Those varieties, they need shelter, and if we only water them once a week, maybe
All right.
sometimes in the wet season we don't water them for a month, because otherwise they die very quickly.
Right. You mentioned something before about being very sensitive to your plants.
It's if you get involved in a hobby to this extent, then you become very clued up on what needs to be. You become sensitive as to how the plants look, and how the plants look can tell you what you need to do, whether they need to be given fertilizer or. See, these sort of varieties are called Phalaenopsis. They're very hard to grow in the tropics, so what I've done is just given them extra shade. Unfortunately, there's none in flower at the moment, but they're the huge moth-like.
One in the.
Yeah,
one
no,
of-
those
oh,
are for different varieties. We're just putting them away for the show.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, these have these huge flowers that you see
Wow.
P&G Gardener selling.
Yes.
Yes. So
And they have these nice big thick.
yes,
Thick leaves
big
that are
thick
different.
leaves. Yeah, and they're very hard to keep going in this climate.
Yeah.
So my way to do it is to put double shade cloth, dark. We only water once a week,
yeah.
and we maybe fertilize. We fertilize once a week, but we only give water once a week.
Wow.
Yeah. So
I remember buying one of these, and the house Mary put it out in the sun, and it just went yellow, and that was
should,
it.
You should never. These should never go in the sun.
Yeah.
In Europe, where it's cooler, they grow them in the bathroom.
Oh, true.
Yes, because of the humidity.
The
in
humidity in the bathroom,
and the warmth. Yeah. So this is the way I find that we grow successfully.
Fantastic.
Most people don't grow them. I just grow them in gravel with a little bit of coconut husk.
Okay.
Yeah. And
That's
these
the
are
best way.
Yeah, this is this is the road mix they use to do roads with.
Oh, true.
Yeah. So it's just
There you go. That's an orchid tip for you.
so, but you have to be sensitive.
Yeah.
You've got to be. With these, they're very sensitive. If you give too much water, they'll rot away and die very quickly.
Wow. This place is covered with. Stephen's backyard is covered with orchids. There's some out the front that are pretty nice too. We'll just take a walk out that way and have a look.
This is another new hybrid. Parent from Musa. The other parent is just recently discovered species from Indonesia, and so this is what it looks like. Yeah.
This is the one on the. Is this the one on the Orchid Society logo?
No. That's from the CP Blue from Wewak, from CP. Yep. And
these are ones in smaller pots. Are these?
yes, they're smaller pots. The flower is deep red, so reddish purple, very deep. Very nice form. They did the breeding in Singapore or Thailand. Usually Thailand. That's the sort of things they breed in Thailand.
That's a favorite as well. A lot of people like to.
Yes.
That for events or weddings. And
Yep.
there's some over here with a mixture.
These are green This is called Dendrobium burana green. You can see that the colour. Burana is a famous nursery in Thailand, and this is one of the ones that they've bred up. Yeah, so it's nice green, red with a set off with this red purplish lip, and they spike up to this high.
Beautiful. What of all these orchid plants? I know you've seen a lot over the years, and
Yes.
What is your favorite orchid? Do you have a favorite orchid?
No, not really. I just I like different types and different colours.
Different colours.
Yes, it's the challenge is growing a good form,
Yeah.
and the challenge is to find. After a while, there are certain ones you like that you look for.
Yeah.
The one that I like the best in terms of how I want an orchid plant to be like is those big bushy ones we've got up front.
Thank you, Stephen. We've had a really good tour of this your beautiful orchid garden.
Stay with us for the
Hey, hey, Mr. B.
Good evening, viewers, and welcome to another segment of House and Home. I'm your host for the evening, Bill Neal. Tonight I'm going to highlight, emphasize and elaborate on some of the intangible services you get when you come to Brian Bell. Our loyal customers are well aware of the warranty and after-sales service that Brian Bell has, but there are also some features to the service we provide that give you customer satisfaction, which you may not even know about. You see, the purpose of this segment tonight is to highlight these services to you so that you can be better equipped with information the next time you plan on going shopping. Your shopping experience is important to us, so sit back and relax as I inform you on some of the benefits of shopping at Brian Bell. I'll go through this segment department by department because that way you will realize where these benefits live. Let's start off with the hardware department. See, services are intangible. A service cannot be seen, touched, held or put on a shelf. Usually the production and consumption of a service performance happens at the same time. Keeping this in mind, let's take this perspective and discover hardware. We sell a key, which is a tangible. You get something for a price, and the cutting of the key then and there on the spot is the intangible that people take for granted. This is convenient for the customer. They go from no key to a key and cut in a matter of minutes. Still in the hardware department, let's take a look at light fittings. You came in needing a light. Now you have left with a fluorescent tube, a frame, and the extension cord, which is the length you need. It has been connected and made ready to use for you by the staff. You come in to buy a generator. We don't assume you know what a generator is. We ask you all the important questions like, what are you going to be running with this generator? How many lights or electrical equipments? What load will this generator need to carry? Then after we have found one that suits you in a price range and load capacity, we test it and show you how to service it and use it. We don't assume you're all carpenters, electricians, or generator technicians. We give you quality service that matches our quality product, which in turn keeps you happy because you're satisfied. Hardware takes the hard out of hard work and leaves you satisfied with a shopping experience. The giftware department is ever growing and very popular. Customers come in because of the brands, range, and quality of products that we have. Again, these are all tangible aspects. The intangible service comes at the point of sale where gift wrapping is offered to you as an added service. You may have come into Brian Bell looking for a present. You leave with that present being wrapped and ready for delivery. The trouble has been taken out of the equation. You're now prepared and ready for your party. How easy was that? Let's go up to Beltronics, where all of our TVs, cameras, and stereos reside. Because of Papua New Guinea's topography, some of our customers need antennas to accompany their TVs. When you come into Brian Bell, we don't operate on guesswork or maybes. We ask where your house is situated. Inquire the length of cable you require, and then connect the antenna to the cable so that you can leave knowing that you'll be watching your favorite program on MTV that same night. We sell a good range of cameras, from our affordable OTEC cameras to our top-of-the-range Pentex ones. Next time you come into Beltronics to print your picture, you can gawk at our range and look at what you need to save before you own your own dream camera. Until then, you can bring in your SD card, USB drive, and phone to Bluetooth and print your pictures at our Kodak printing machines. It just completes the full circle and makes life easier. Our sports and soft touch departments share a common trait in that both departments give the customer the option of buying our products already assembled and not in a flat box. We will build your wardrobe or furniture on site if that's what you want. We will assemble your gym set or equipment if that's what you desire, because some customers may not have the tools or experience to do so, and sometimes customers want to leave Brian Bell with exactly what they saw on the showroom floor. So we make this happen. They don't want to take a box with the mystery of it yet to be assembled. These two departments provide a service that considers the customer and hence improves their customer satisfaction. Customer satisfaction is a term frequently used in marketing to describe the measure of how products and services supplied by a company meet or surpass customers' expectations. If you bought a pulley gym system and took it home in a box, would your expectations be met? What if Brian Bell staff came to your house and set up the equipment and left it in working order? Would your expectations be surpassed? Your expectations vary depending on where you buy from. If you buy from Brian Bell, you can expect service, quality products, and helpful staff. Other retailers who don't offer you what we do can do this because you don't expect them to give you that extra service. In other words, you don't expect them to connect, wrap, cut, or assemble, and therefore you can manage your expectations. At Brian Bell, you can expect to get your keenest worth in product and service. I can't talk about service at Brian Bell without mentioning our staff. We consistently train our staff so that the Brian Bell way of doing things is reinforced. Our staffs are our biggest assets. They're the people that make Brian Bell tick. They're the pulse at the different branches. Every cash register, delivery and service of our products. They are skilled, they know their jobs, and most importantly, they know our products. When they serve you, you feel a level of confidence in them because they ask you questions to find out what you want and then give you the product that you need. Brian Bell is 59 years old as a company. Some of our skilled employees, whom I'm sure most of you have met over the years, have plenty of experience behind them. They know what they're doing, they know what they are talking about, and no problem is too hard to solve. As a customer, I'm certain that it's a relief when you come and ask our staff. They know what the products are, they know what they're doing, and they're happy to help. The next time you walk through the Brian Bell doors, take a second and notice the difference that you have come to expect from Brian Bell. Just another reason as to why you should consider Brian Bell whenever you want to go and shop. Our coffee shops provide you with the opportunity to buy refreshments. We have good customer service, great products, and competitive prices, and will ensure that you get what you paid for, which is, at the end of it all, what you, the customer, want. Great products, great prices. That is Brian Bell. See you all next week.
Best price, best quality, guaranteed at Brian Bell.
Right on, Mr. B.
We get to run another of our best of 2013 feature stories, Anne's Pottery. That's coming right up after these messages.
Pottery is a ceramic material which makes up pottery wares, of which major types include earthenware, stoneware and porcelain. The place where such wares are made is also called a pottery, or potteries in plural. Pottery also refers to the art or craft of a potter or the manufacture of pottery. Pottery is also made by forming a clay body into objects of a required shape and heating them to high temperatures in a kiln which removes all the water from the clay, which includes reactions that lead to permanent changes, including increasing their strength and hardening and setting their shape. In this segment, we will look at the process of making these beautiful pieces from clay to a final product. Here at Anne's Pottery in Port Moresby, we've shared in the journey of a piece of clay being turned into a beautiful and very useful work of art. Anne's Pottery is located within the Cheshire Homes premises in Ahola, Port Moresby, and as far as we know, the only pottery in town. Pottery is a traditional art form and its uses vary from different storage to cooking needs traditionally. As an art form in this day and age, all of the products that Annie's Pottery churns out are a particularly beautiful representation of modern and traditional art as we know it. The little shop and the workshop are quite small, but the amount of beautiful pieces that have been created in this space by Jimmy with the help of Annie and Angie are countless. These pots, mugs and other clay storage and decorative pieces can be used at home, are ideal for gifts and are intriguing just to gaze upon. This is Jimmy, the potter here at Anne's Pottery, and if you have the privilege of owning any of the pottery from Annie's, you will find Jimmy's signature on the underside of the item. Jimmy makes every single item that is made at Annie's Pottery. Jimmy has been a potter since he was 19 years old and has been making pottery for Annie's Pottery for 13 years now. Jimmy is assisted by Annie and Angie, who helped in the preparation of the items from start to finish. The clay used here at Annie's Pottery is imported in 10 kilogram bags. The first step in the process is weighing the clay. Each piece of clay used for different items, whether it be mugs, vases or utensil holders, has a specific weight. For example, the clay that is used to make a mug weighs 3 kilos. After the clay is portioned and weighed, Jimmy takes it to the potter's wheel, adds some water and starts shaping the clay into the desired item. As Jimmy is working through these steps to make an item, Annie will explain the processes.
These are all the steps to make the cup. And he does that to take all the air bubbles out of it. Because if you have air bubbles in there and you fire something, it'll just explode. And then it'll spoil everything else. See, that's my job. When they're small sized like that, then I do that for him. So now he's making a cup.
How much did the clay block cup have?
400 grams.
400 grams.
Okay. So all our cups are, that's our regular size. This size that you see, it's all 400 grams. And if people ask for smaller ones, bigger ones, then we adjust the weight. Yes.
Okay.
It's just 400 grams, just enough to make the cup and gives him enough to work with. Otherwise, if it's too thin, then it's no good. It's it doesn't take long to make a cup. See? So he can probably make 100 cups in a day if he was just making cups alone. Just to that stage though, and then because you have to wait for them to dry. Yeah.
Wow, takes a lot of patience.
That's it. That's for the cup. So the next stage would be from there he would go to, but he's already trimmed them. He's already tidied them up, so we won't worry about that. He'll just go put the handle and put the design. Someone ordered a gecko mug with their name.
Okay.
So he's going to do the gecko with the name. So you will find that not two pieces are exactly the same.
Yeah.
There'll always be a little difference.
Yeah.
Maybe in height or in the design or in the writing, or because it's all done by hand.
The same design that you have.
He's making for the legs and the body is already there. That's it. So that's your gecko mug. So you come and put your order and we require a 50% deposit. Okay, so Jimmy's, he's just done the glazing, but he's gone and put the color, like a solid color over the mug. Yeah. And now he's cleaning off the bird. So the bird becomes raw, there's no more glaze on the bird, and then he can, with that, he can go and put the two different colors on the bird, so they stand out against the background. Yeah. and then they will stay for the weekend. Because if you open them while it's hot, when the cold air rushes in, it'll crack. He'll use those cones, that's the way he sets them up. Okay, and then he's going to put it, set it up like that in this space here, because in the door of the kiln there is a hole there. He'll take that out and he'll look in and see. He can't open it while it's firing.
Yes.
So he has to open that little window and have a look and see. And when they start to bend, which one bends first? The white one?
The cone 9.
Cone 9, which is?
That's cone 9 and that's cone 10.
Okay, so cone 9
is white and 10 is pink.
When they start to bend, that'll tell him that it's ready.
Almost ready.
Yeah, almost ready.
Okay.
And then when the pink one or number 10 starts to bend, then that means it's ready.
And there you have it. We have covered this process over a period of 2 weeks, from weighing and kneading to cooling and removing the finished items. The process of making a beautiful item such as these is quite lengthy and requires a lot of patience, but you have to admit, with an outcome like this, it's absolutely worth it.
They make wonderful gifts, but if you're one for originality, then pay Ant's Pottery a visit and have some pieces custom made to your liking. Next week, we continue with more on Haus & Home's Best of Features for 2013 with our Spectacular on the Orchid Show and of course featuring Stephen Kami on his tips for growing orchids on what to do and what not to do. So don't miss that. We'll be back with more on Haus & Home in a moment. Stay watching. Welcome back. Last week, Bill Neal got in early and started ramping up our viewers to start thinking back to school. We're in our second week of January and really, those of you who have children in school should really be thinking back to school and start making the effort in preparing your child or children if you have more than one child attending school this year. Last week on the show, I talked on budgeting. It does make things easier for you and it helps to prevent you from unplanned spending or avoiding those extra expenses you could surely do without. Do a checklist or a back-to-school shopping list and list down what you really need to shop for, the key word here being need. Prioritize your list from the most important items, which are what you need immediately as soon as school starts, to what you can purchase a little later on after school starts. Just like when planning your budget, categorize your expenses into 4 groups. School fees, whether it be termly or annually payments, uniforms, school shoes, sports shoes, socks, etc., stationery, exercise books, pens or folders or flash drives, dictionaries, composites or scientific calculators, etc. Allowances, your school lunch allowance, transport allowance, whether it be through school bus or public transport, and extras like school bags, your lunch boxes, drink bottles, activity registration fees, etc. Once you've done all of that and listed your back to school items, put a cost beside each item. Once you've calculated a total cost, then you can plan that in your overall fortnightly or your monthly budget, but spreading your budget out over a period of 2 to 3 months so you don't fall short. You'll also find that there may be a number of items you'll find that you can cross off your list because they may be still usable from last year, for example, your school bags, lunch boxes, etc. This will cut your costs down. Now, school fees I know are always the most challenging hurdle for most parents to get around, but most schools have a payment plan of either to pay per term or, if the parents can't afford to pay for the full year. But not everyone I know can afford that ideal situation to pay for the entire fee and be done with it. So you should check for options, make an appointment with the school's principal, and inquire the possibilities of working out an alternative payment plan for school fees that is suited to both parties, where you can commit to and that the school is also able to approve. Well, I hope my tips for back-to-school preparations provide useful. Well, we've come to the end of our show. Next week on House and Home, we welcome Origin back on House and Home, joining the team in 2014. Bill Neal has more fantastic, great quality buys available at Brian Bell. PNG Fire Service continue their fire safety campaign, and our love of orchids continue as we feature another of our best of 2013 with our feature on the 2013 Orchid Show Spectacular. Once again, Happy New Year everyone, and I look forward to your company once again next week here on House and Home. From the House and Home crew and myself, it's good night.